questions? That's it. Oh, one here.
Minister, the Fonterra announced reduced payout yesterday, and the estimated impact, I understand, around about 900 million on the economy. What assumptions have you made about dairy prices and Fonterra, given its significance in the economy?
Well, you'd have to check with Treasury about their detailed assumptions, but we've been reasonably conservative about the terms of trade. They're very hard to predict. You've only got to look at what's happened to the exchange rate in the last couple of months. And the terms of trade matter a lot to an economy where it's 30% of GDP is exported. So we've been relatively conservative. That is one of the uncertainties we have to deal with. No one can, I think, predict with much certainty the track of commodity prices and the track of exchange rates. When you hear rumours in the market about a downgrade of the US, a credit rating downgrade of the US government, you know that some of the fundamental pillars of sort of the Western economy are moving. That's a dangerous period in which to be too certain about what's going where. So we're getting on with managing those things which we can control, and they are most specifically around government expenditure and government policy, and everything we're doing there is focused on creating an environment where there can be new jobs, because that'll get unemployment down, but getting us as quickly as possible to settings where we can handle more shocks if they come, such as years of low dairy prices, and we're not there yet. That's why this budget's so important, to turn the corner.
So one final question for me, Bill. It's Graham Scott's contribution to this budget. Could you give us a bit more detail about what his contribution was?
Well, I must say that I'm surprised at the alarm that this man's being paid $40,000 for 6 months' work. I hope everyone else here is on those rates. His contribution has been extremely valuable. Along with half a dozen other purchase advisors, they've assisted us as a group of brand new ministers, most of whom haven't been in government before, to flush out around $500 million a year of savings. And I'm also getting advice from Dr. Scott, as well as a panel of academic economists from outside the public service, on economic strategy, because Treasury, like everyone else, is having to adjust their frameworks very rapidly from 10 years of good times to 10 years of very challenging times. And I think it is a time when you need wise old heads that have seen some of this before around the table.
The 250 million contribution to the super fund, you're saying that's to be directed towards local investments. Can you elaborate on that a bit? Is there a tag on that money, or is it just a broad instruction?
What goes along with the $250 million contribution is a direction to the super fund expressing the policy of the incoming national government, that we'd like to see a greater proportion of the fund invested locally. And that is winding through the process now. In the end, the guardians and the fund make their decisions according to the best prudential and commercial approach at arm's length from the government.
So there's no explicit instruction for that money to go into local investments?
There's no explicit tag on that money, but what goes with it will be a statutory direction from the government to the super fund. Okay, thank you very much.